Hey, glad you can make it, because today we are continuing our playthrough of RimWorld. Now, last time I had set up the growing zones. I set up some stockpiles, so people will start grabbing things from off in the distance and bringing them here. Hey, it's Barlock. He's eating food. Oh. So, first of all, I wanted to tell you about the mods I have, because I do have a few mods installed. Most of them are UI changes. The rest of them are just things I thought should be in vanilla. So the first one is the allow tool. Normally, whenever you're playing this game and you want to allow something to be picked up, like, say this medicine, I want to allow it to be picked up, and I hit the F, and I hit the F again. But I can't do that, like, to a bunch of items. I mean, right here I can, but trying to select that, you notice it selects the person first. So it can be kind of a pain to do that. So in this one, we've got the orders, and we have this unforbid tool. So I can just highlight a whole bunch of stuff, and it'll unforbid it if it's not already forbidden. Or not already unforbidden. Okay, and then I have the colonist bar mod installed, and that's what shows these colonists up here. Makes it very easy to select them and do what I need to with them. It also provides a little bit of feedback about them as we go. I also have the hydroponic room one installed, and what that does is normally, once we get into hydroponics, if we get into hydroponics, that really depends on like the area that you're in. Normally you have to select a hydroponic table and tell it what you want it to grow, much like I did with the growing zones here. Okay, but with the hydroponic room one, if you have all of your hydroponic tables in one room, you can select one hydroponic table and make all of them in the same room grow the same thing. So it's just a convenience thing. I also have numbers installed. Numbers creates this tab right here, which allows me to keep track of different information about the colonists. For example, I can add a need and go, let's see, their mood. So it's going to be very easy for me to look at this compared to trying to look at each character separately and going, oh, well, let's see, what is his mood? Oh, okay. Which would be right here. I'm also playing this in 720 instead of 1080 like I did last time, so that way the UI would be a little bit easier for you guys to see, although there was a little bit missing on that particular window. I'm also using pawn state icons, which, as you can see on Barlock here, it says that he has a medical issue, which he does. He has asthma, so he's going to almost always have that. Unless I can do something about lungs. I can't remember if I can give better lungs later. We'll have to see. And it also says that he's hungry. And you can see that he's getting hungry. His food is kind of low. And it will show me other icons depending on their moods and things like that. Recycle is a mod that I'm using. That is one of the things I wish was in vanilla. It's normally in this game you can make a table that allows you to take weapons and stuff and turn them back into metal. Well, you can't do that with clothes. You can't take the clothes and turn it back into cloth that you can make more clothes with. So, recycle allows you to do that using the tailoring table. And it, very small change, but it's something that I think should be in vanilla. We also have enhanced tabs, which shows some different information, like animals. It gives a little bit more information up here, ways to sort the animals. And speaking of animals, let me look at this animal. We have a cat. Can't train it for anything, but Ooga Booga could be useful later. And no, I didn't name it. That's an automatic thing. You cannot name your animals. Only your colonists can name your animals. So, I also put in smart bears because this is another thing that I think should be in vanilla. Some animals can haul, like the husky dogs can haul in here. But for some reason, the developers decided that bears cannot haul. And so I decided, yes, they can. So I went with a mod that allows them to do so. And finally, I have in Vein Miner. Vein Miner adds a couple of extra mining things. This is the vanilla mine tool. Vein Miner, you can click on a single piece of like metal like this. Oh, it's already set to mine. So let me just go ahead and cancel that for a second. You can click on a single piece of metal and it'll go, hey, this is all the metal that's in there. All right. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and let it do that because that could be quite useful. That's a nice supply of metal. I can fix some of this other stuff later. All right. And also it has the mining brush, which does not work properly just yet. But then it also has a strip miner, so you can make it easier to find your metals and such. Okay. So, those are the mods that I am using. Now, let's get back to the gameplay. We currently have Thera is working on trees. Everlost is working on trees. Everlost had asked me why I wanted trees out here, and that's just because I really do want a supply of trees kept nearby the base. I mean, I know that I have tons and tons of trees that I can harvest around here, but I just want a supply that's also near the base, so that way a lot of hauling is not taking place. But speaking of trees, I'm going to go ahead and tell this to chop a few more because I like having a supply of wood, since we can have a supply of wood. And then while they are working, we're going to go ahead and let me go ahead and fast forward them a little bit. By the way, before I continue, there are two sections that you need to keep track of besides, your main screen and what you're doing. You need to keep track of the right-hand side because there will be things there that show up. And you need to keep track of up here. There are text alerts up here, and those can be very important, and some of the stuff that shows up here does not show up as a major alert on the right-hand side. But they can still be very important. Alright, so let's let them work. Hey! Barlock is hunting. Yay! He got one. Alright. That's going to be very important in just a moment, but let me go ahead and get my furniture set up. I want them to be able to sleep on beds, so I'm going to put them in the same spot, but just right next to their sleeping spots until they get built. Alright, and let's go ahead and, for right now, I'm going to put a little bit of production outside. So let's go do some production. I want a wood butcher's table. And I'm going to put that right here. And the wood butcher's table, that will allow me to cut up these so we can make some food out of them. And since we have a lot of wood, I'm going to go ahead and create a fueled stove so it does not need the electricity to make it run. Oh, speaking of electricity and stuff, I now want to put my cooler over here to handle this area. So let me go ahead and put a temperature, and then I'm going to put a cooler. You need the blue side to be inside. All right. And I'm going to need power to run to there. So I'm going to run this power through this wall. And then for now, I'm going to run it straight to the cooler. There we go. All right, let me also mine that. And just make sure all of this is mined. Yeah, see over here it's saying I need defenses. This is part of the tutorial. To me, I have a defense at the moment. So, yeah. Let's see, what else do I want to do? I want to go ahead and let me check this. I want to try and make this a no roof area, if at all possible. It's not letting me. Not for the whole thing, at least. But I'm going to keep it like that for right now. I also want to make sure that nothing ever gets roofed on the growing sections. So let me go ahead and set that up. Got all kinds of wood being made. Oh, and see, visitors. A group from Hugo's Mountain are visiting the colony. They seem to have a few items to trade. And I'm going to hit jump to location, and, well, there they are. Okay. Let me show you factions real quick. Hugs's Mountain, not Hugo's Mountain. You'll see that this is our rating with them. We always start with at least 2 of them that are really hostile to you, and then some that are kind of okay with you. Okay? And you'll see that these are also all enemies of the main bad guys, the pirate bands. Alright, and the trader is always the one with the question mark. Now, what I would like to know real quick is who is my best talker, and that would normally be the one who's also the best warden. And if you look at this particular screen, the priority screen, the work screen, you'll see that some of these are a little bit brighter. Well, the brighter they are, the better they are at it. So this seems to be my brightest one. So he's got a skill of 7. So I'm going to take Thera, the teacher, who is currently not in the best mood at all. At least it's not an extremely bad mood yet. I'm going to right-click Flee, and I'm going to say Trade with him. I'm going to just see what they've got. They've got some mills and components and medicine, but I don't really have anything to purchase with at the moment, because my silver hasn't been hauled just yet. So, yeah, I'm just going to leave it alone for now. Alright, I want to put some of this structure back. Let's make that a wood wall. Put that right there. Yep. Alright, and then I also want to expand this dumping zone. That's to as far as we've gotten so far. Alright. Alright, another thing that we want to work on is restricting. At this moment, this is the time that it says it should sleep, but sometimes people don't want to sleep that much, so I'd rather just give them the bedtime and then they wake up when they want to. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this around and put this to anything. But I also want them to enjoy themselves for at least a little bit right before bed. So we're going to set that up. And then I also need to give them something to do for joy, so just real easily, I'm going to put out some horseshoes for them to play. So we'll just put it right there. Oh, they want to name it. Okay, and whenever I used to play Star Wars Galaxies, I played a character named Saph, and I kept hitting the random button for his last name until I got one I liked. It was Ciprania. And I've been using that name in different forms for years, and normally whenever it is a city or something, I call it Ciprania. So this will be called Ciprania. So you're welcome, Thera. It's now Ciprania. Alright, let's let them continue working. We've got this is going to be a defensive structure, for at least the beginning. And we've got that set up. At least that's going to help. I will be removing this door. Let me go ahead and do that, because I want the bad guys to come straight through there. And then I'm going to put another door right. No, not there yet. Alright, so we need to get some more of this mining done. You know what? That's actually plenty metal. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this for just now. Because I would like them to get the rest of this done. Or at least my 4 rooms. Alright, we also have a mad animal. Normally it's something like a squirrel or something. This one is a turtle. We have a turtle that is going to get very angry with us, and he's going to be showing up at our base in just a little while. So let me just follow the turtle around, because he is a turtle, so it's going to take him a moment. But notice he's maddened, he's a manhunter, and he is coming after us. Oh. Let me go ahead and get the bills set up too. I'm going to say butcher creature, and we want them to do it as long as there are creatures around. And then, for right now, I want them to cook simple meals, and I want them to do this until we have 10. Let's make it 25 for right now. And we're going to use everything except, you know, fertilized eggs. Don't want that. Vegetarian's fine. Meat is fine, except we don't want human meat, because I don't want to do cannibals unless I absolutely have to. But I don't think I'm going to have to. And then I also want to add a bill that will make this something where I can just every once in a while make sure that they're just cooking, you know, getting a whole bunch of cooking done. But I'm going to go ahead and suspend that one for now. It just makes it easier to turn it on later. Alright. We've got a bunch of wood up there. There's a cougar. First time I saw that, I thought it was a horse. But no, it's a cougar. And I want this to go down to freezing. So 16 degrees. We can make it 28 for now. But as long as it gets that cold in here. Now, if you look over to the right, you'll see that I can show the temperature here. But we want the temperature low in here because we want this to say frozen, won't spoil. See? That's what we want. Now I'm also going to go ahead and expand that dumping zone again. Alright. Whoop. There is the turtle. He finally got here. Barlock is our best shooter, so I'm going to go ahead and hit R to draft him, and I'm going to bring him out here so he can shoot the turtle. He needs treatment already. Alright, go run away from the turtle, and then shoot some more. Shoot, 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 kill the turtle. Kill the turtle. Kill. Alright, Everlost. You need to go melee this turtle. Kill the turtle. Thank you. Alright, and for the moment, let's go ahead and make this into a medical bed. And I also want to deconstruct the sleeping spots so that people aren't sleeping on the floor anymore. And I think I also want to go ahead and put in a little bit of light, which means I'm going to need some more power. So I'm going to take the power, let's see, I don't know if power goes through that, so I'm going to just take it straight this way, and then here, and here, and here for now. Some of this can be rearranged later. Alright, so Barlock is the one who currently has a couple of bites. So let's go ahead and tell him, Barlock, you go rest until healed. And it says we need colonist beds. Did I miss something? Did somebody show up that I don't know about? No. Alright. Episode's almost over, so I just wanted to tell you one more thing. The manual priorities, if you just have it like this, the way it works is you see these right here, it says higher priority, lower priority. Everything on this side is the highest priority. So they're always going to fight fires really fast, okay? But then this just says, okay, let's just do it in order from left to right. If there's no firefighting to do, let's be a patient, if that, etc., etc. When you set up the manual priorities, you can actually make things higher than others. So for instance, even though tailoring is on the left side of crafting, crafting is going to take precedence because I set it as a 1 here. Okay? So that's the way that works. Alright, that is it for this episode. Man, this stuff goes by fast whenever you're recording. Hey, they're getting there into the rooms. Alright, so this is where I'm going to stop for this episode. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later. I need to come up with a cool sign-off. Somebody come up with a cool sign-off for me. I've already got my intro. Let somebody else help me with the sign-off. Why is Thera... What is Thera doing? Cowering. But the turtle's gone. You can go do something now. Here. I drafted him and then undrafted him, and that resets him. So now he's going to consume a simple meal. And he's hauling, and he's going to go rest like I told him to. Okay. That sounds awesome. So, see y'all later. Now, go ahead and hit the thumbs up or thumbs down button, whichever will make you feel the best right now. Seriously. Do it. Do it. Do it.